Australia and Canada, two nations, two economies, and one set of defects. What are these defects and how do they affect the economies of these nations? Join us as we explore the economic textile of Australia and Canada, exposing the difficulties and opportunities that shape their financial destinies. From natural resources to trade regulations and immigration trends to property markets, these two countries have more than just a Commonwealth tie. Let's look at the delicate dance of prosperity and adversity that shapes the economic narratives of Australia and Canada. Australia and Canada. Australia and Canada, two enormous countries with long histories and different cultures, are frequently seen as economic powerhouses in their respective regions. Both countries have advanced economies, good living standards, and strong political systems. However, behind the surface, both countries face similar economic issues that compromise their long-term development. Economic similarities and differences. Natural resources. Australia and Canada are well known for their abundant natural resources, which have played an important role in building their respective economies. Australia has vast resource reserves such as iron ore, coal, and gold, which generate significant export profits. Similarly, Canada is a major producer of oil, natural gas, and minerals like uranium and zinc, all of which have contributed to the country's economic success. However, over-reliance on these resources has exposed both countries to the instability of commodities markets, resulting in boom and bust cycles. Commodity price fluctuations can have a considerable impact on their economies, including government income, investment decisions, and employment levels. For example, during the goods boom, both countries saw enormous economic expansion, but they also faced issues such as inflation and currency appreciation, which might have an impact on other sectors such as manufacturing and tourism. To avoid these risks, both countries work to diversify their economies. Australia has shifted its focus away from mining and toward services, education, and tourism. Canada has also sought to diversify by supporting businesses such as technology, aerospace, and renewable energy. Despite these efforts, natural resources will continue to play an important role in both economies, emphasizing the importance for careful management to negotiate the challenges of a resource-dependent economy. Trade dependence. Australia and Canada depend significantly on international trade, with exports playing a critical part in both economies. China is Australia's largest commercial partner, particularly in terms of mineral resources. Canada, on the other hand, is significantly reliant on the United States, especially for energy exports. These economic partnerships have been advantageous, but they also carry risks. Due to their dependence on a few significant economic partners, both countries are exposed to geopolitical tensions and fluctuations in the market. Trade policies or economic conditions in China or the United States, for example, can have a considerable impact on the economies of Australia and Canada. To counteract these dangers, both countries are looking into measures to diversify their trade partnerships and decrease their reliance on a single market. Housing market challenges. Both Australia and Canada have experienced significant property market increases in recent years, driven by a mix of low borrowing rates, population growth, and foreign investment. These booms, while initially stimulating economic growth, have raised worries about housing affordability and financial stability. In Australia, rising house costs have made owning more out of reach for many young Australians. The rapid increase in property values has made the dream of owning a home a distant reality for a large percentage of the population. The affordability problem has caused calls for government intervention to fix the housing market imbalance and ensure that property stays affordable to all Australians. Similarly, Canada has faced its own housing-related issues. High levels of consumer debt, combined with rising interest rates, have sparked concerns about the housing market's sustainability. The rapid rise in home prices has raised concerns about a potential housing market crash, which could have far-reaching implications for the economy and financial stability. Both countries must urgently implement measures to reduce risks connected with their overheated property markets. Addressing home affordability challenges and ensuring financial stability are critical to the long-term success of both Australia and Canada. Effective government action and sensible policy measures are required to manage these obstacles and promote a healthy, sustainable housing market for all people. Immigration and labor market dynamics. Both Australia and Canada have historically relied on immigration to boost population expansion and address labor shortages. In Australia, the points-based immigration system promotes talented workers, attracting talent from all over the world based on variables such as age, English proficiency, education, and job experience. This method has proved critical in bridging skill gaps in the Australian labor market and boosting economic growth. Similarly, the Canadian immigration system places a high value on language skills, education, and work experience. The Express Entry system, which launched in 2015, administers applications for 3 federal economic immigration programs: the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Skilled Trades Program, and the Canadian Experience Class. These programs are intended to attract skilled workers who will contribute to Canada's economy and integrate into Canadian society. While immigration has helped both countries handle labor shortages and drive economic growth, it has also presented obstacles. The flood of immigrants has put pressure on both countries' infrastructure, housing, and social services, raising concerns about integration and social cohesiveness. In Australia, there have been arguments regarding how immigration affects housing affordability and congestion in large cities. In Canada, there have been discussions regarding the importance of making sure immigrants can fully integrate into Canadian society and contribute to the economy. Economic policy responses. Both Australia and Canada have taken significant steps to solve major economic concerns and promote long-term growth. Australia has made a determined effort to diversify its economy, reducing reliance on volatile natural resource exports. This diversification technique entails investing in fast-growing industries including technology, healthcare, and education. By doing so, Australia hopes to build a more resilient and dynamic economy that is less dependent on swings in commodity prices. In Canada, one of the key governmental objectives has been to solve housing affordability concerns. The government has taken steps to reduce speculative investment in the housing market, including imposing foreign buyer taxes and tightening mortgage lending standards. In addition, several measures and developer incentives have been implemented to enhance the availability of affordable housing. Both countries understand the need to address these issues in order to guarantee the long-term health and stability of their economies. By diversifying their economies and addressing housing affordability, Australia and Canada are preparing for long-term growth and prosperity. In conclusion, while Australia and Canada have distinct economic landscapes, they face similar difficulties that require creative approaches and careful policy planning. By facing these difficulties head-on, both countries can ensure future prosperity and stability. As Australia and Canada manage their economies' intricacies, one thing is clear: the route to success is fraught with hurdles. Join us in our next video for more economic perspectives from around the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting material.